Hello and welcome to the Bel-E and Scratch podcast. I'm your host, Bel-E.
And I am your co-host, Scratch.
And today, oh boy, I have a satin pillowcase.
And you need to put that down.
I am not putting it down. I have a beautiful pillowcase made of satin. I feel like a princess, which is about damn time.
And speaking as a licensed pillow applicator.
What?
That's a nice pillow.
Is that a euphemism? No, I don't want to know if that's a euphemism.
How many fields in the United States, other than the laundry service, which goes without saying, handles as many pillows as the nursing corps in this country?
I was about to say, please don't.
I am a licensed pillow applicator.
Applicator. So
you don't want to be the applicatee.
So you would describe yourself as a connoisseur of fine pillory.
I've had my hands on quite a few.
What is your review of said satin pillow, connoisseur?
Hey, it works for me.
5 stars?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It doesn't smell like starch or toes, so that is fantastic.
Indeed.
That's usually the pillows that I've interacted with over the years.
Ugh. Well, the reason I finally broke down and paid the $20. Actually, I paid $40, $20 per pillowcase because I got a secondary one back here somewhere.
A backup.
Yeah, a backup, because it's like I guess it. Because it's like, hand wash it and then hang it to dry. This is the second pattern. It's the only one they had. Otherwise, I would have bought 2 pink ones. But no. 1 pink, 1 is like gold cheetah print. Which, hey, I'm not wearing it, so I don't care what it looks like.
Wait a minute. So it wasn't just brown?
Yeah, it wasn't just brown. It wasn't just black. It wasn't just white. No, it was pretty princess pink and golden cheetah print. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not wearing it as clothes. I don't care.
Right.
My room is basically this amalgamation of thrift stores and hand-me-downs, so...
It's quite eclectic.
Yeah, it's very eclectic, so I don't care what the bed sheets look like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As long as it works, you know what I mean?
Everything from a satin pillow on one side to a katana and a broadsword on the other.
Yeah, almost.
That's the full boat right there.
Yeah, that's the kind of the full boat right there. Some artwork on the walls, an artwork, one done by my ma, Berserk Golden Age wall scroll, because that totally fits with the artwork. On my closet door, there's there's a, one of those gun range target things, pieces of paper with target.
Oh, yeah.
The zombie, you remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. I still have that.
Well.
It is still on my door. And it is a constant reminder that I can't shoot for shit.
That was just your first time.
Still.
The fact that you hit it at all.
Yeah, I know how to aim down the sights.
Got to be a plus at least.
Yeah, I can aim down the sights. I just didn't have the strength to handle the recoil that well.
It would have got better.
Yeah, it would have. Yeah, hopefully because the circles I wander in, I can now have someone teach me how to shoot.
Yeah.
Because I directly asked him, teach me how to shoot. God, yeah, man. But anyway. We didn't really have a topic, so I decided, satin pillowcase, because I've spent approximately 3 years in a sweaty, dude-infested warehouse.
Dude-infested warehouse. Yeah.
I'm wearing these military-esque cargo pants all the time because I need to have all of the pockets, which, that's not a deficit, but they are heavy. I'm wearing black, I've got my hair up in like a bun, either in a hat or a bandana or some kind of band to keep it out of my face. Gloves, just sweating. cussing people out over the phone. So
you acquired quite the phone skills.
I still retained my customer service voice because that's importante.
Importante.
So I basically, after 3 years of that, I've decided, obviously, that my job is like the one.
Excuse me.
My job is the one thing you will consistently hear me bitch about, which, for better or for worse, it is a topic for discussion. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So after about 3 years of all this masculine energy, I'm just like, I'm done. I've gotten this out of my system.
Yeah.
Life is about balance.
Yeah. Some people do that. There's different options. You know, some people do that in the military.
Oh, yeah. Which I respect.
They rotate through there and then they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Actually, speaking of the military, 2 things I recently learned because of the circles I wander in.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to start with the most funniest, and if we get to the other one, then awesome. The most funny thing I learned. I came across a TikTok the other day. I don't know where this was taking place, but it's definitely a military base because everyone was in uniform. And it was a video of this dude. He had a fucking bunny rabbit on a leash. They were outside, and he had the damn rabbit on the leash. And, of course, the rabbit was being a rabbit, just kind of struggling against the leash and looking around, kind of like, what the fuck is happening? Everybody else was, like, stood at attention in full uniform. Not dress uniform.
Saluting attention or just...
Some were, some weren't. They were promoting the rabbit to corporal.
Promoting the rabbit to corporal.
Yes! They promoted this dude's pet rabbit to corporal.
I guess the only way you get any attention nowadays is to be a spectacle, so hey.
There's apparently a reason for this.
Obviously.
Yeah, I know. Don't go in this whole thing of, my tax dollars.
No, I don't think like that.
No, I know. I'm just telling you, like, some people, in the comments of the video, they were like, my tax dollars,
I don't know what to tell you. The way I'm wired, I look for cracks in the dam.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I'm not, when I speak about things, I'm not necessarily condemning it, because if I condemn it, I'll tell you straight up.
Correct.
I don't agree with that.
But you will ask questions.
But I will ask questions. I will make a concerted effort to learn and understand. I will.
Oh, yeah. No. But
I don't shut the door on stuff like that. Well, there is a line.
Yes.
And everybody should have one somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
But no.
Okay.
I don't have an issue.
Okay, so I have not confirmed this with the people that I wander in with their circles, but the explanation for the bunny rabbit getting promoted to corporal. Say you're in the military.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is universal, but according to the post, it definitely happens in the Army.
You had to read that?
Yes.
Okay.
So, what happens in the Army? Again, not sure if this is universal. I don't see why it wouldn't be.
Check your notes, folks.
Yes. If a soldier has a pet, like a dog, a cat, or in this case, a rabbit, and they're in the military, so they have a pet.
Right.
That pet, by the rules of the military, that pet is always at least one rank above their pet owner.
What?
Yes. Because...
One level above?
One level above. One rank above the soldier.
Okay.
The animal is. And here's why. If, for instance, the pet owner, the soldier, is a piece of shit and abuses the animal, not only can they get in trouble for animal abuse, they can get a court-martial for technically beating a superior officer.
Ooh.
Does that make sense?
I understand what you're saying now. Whether it makes sense or not, that's a question for another time.
I'm just saying, like, that's why the rabbit is corporal. So if that guy, he abuses his rabbit, then he gets dishonorably discharged for beating a superior officer.
I would discharge my. If I was going to. Hey, I mean, what if you had like a gerbil or something? You know,
I don't know.
Or
Probably
pig and join the military.
I don't know.
I mean, those things. I don't know. They could choke on a twig and then die, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh,
exactly. Hey, look, I'm not saying
I'm going to the stockade. Live, you furry little bastard, live down there pumping on them, trying to do CPR.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's 100% perfect. I'm not saying it's perfect, but here's the thing.
No.
If I've learned anything these past few months, is sometimes the military doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Well,
either that or it tends to attract some of the most chaotic individuals on the planet.
Well, you could say that about a number of things.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
It's not exclusive, but yes.
I'm just saying. I also found a video where they duct taped this sumbitch into a rolling chair, practically threw him down the hallway. He, rolling on the chair.
This is the military.
This is the military.
Okay.
I don't know if probably not the same branch or same fort,
sure.
but whatever.
Yeah.
So. They basically just slingshot this dude down a hallway where another group of soldiers were acting like pins, like bowling pins, and they all get knocked over by the dude in the rolling chair.
Okay.
And then about 2 seconds later, some dude in the army drill sergeant hat walks by. So clearly he has to be the CO or something equivalent to that. I'm not a military expert.
In the room.
Yeah,
absolutely. In the room.
Yeah, he's the most he outranks everyone in the room, definitely.
Right.
And everyone panics and leaves the dude in the rolling chair. And it's like, now I never anticipated anybody in the military to be completely 100% organized.
Yeah.
I wasn't anticipating the level of chaos that tends to happen that we don't get to see.
Oh yeah.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
That was kind of I don't have a problem with that. I'm just like, I'm just looking at all this stuff, and that's not the most extreme thing I've seen.
Oh no.
But I see stuff like that and it's like, what?
Yeah, my first interaction with the military was my step grandfather, and he was a master gunnery sergeant and fought in South Pacific World War II. He scared the hell out of me when I was a little kid.
Didn't you say he was at Pearl Harbor?
He was stationed on the Arizona. I don't think. He wasn't. I don't know if he was on the Arizona or not at the time. He was. It had brought him there.
Yes.
So he was at least above deck to maybe even on shore. I don't know exactly where he was when the first bomber came in. But he was not directly in the ship. But he had to fight his way through the attack at Pearl Harbor. Oh. Definitely.
Shit.
Yeah, shit.
No wonder he scared the shit out of people.
He was a skull cracker, buddy, of the nth degree.
Jeez, no wonder he was scary. He witnessed one of the most horrific things in American history.
Oh man, he was brutal. He was like that character, Clint Eastwood's character in
which one?
Heartbreak Ridge, where he was exact same rank, same haircut. I'm telling you, it was scary. Except my step grandfather, he didn't have that sense of humor or those snappy comebacks,
Well, that's called good script writing.
Yeah. No, he didn't have any of that.
Oh, I can imagine your reaction when you first saw that movie. You probably could have been just like,
contrast that to probably that was somewhere around second, third grade when I came into contact with him, to around 6th grade, going and visiting my cousin, which was in the Marines at the time, one of the largest bases on the East Coast. We get out of the car, me, my mom, my dad, and a couple other relatives, because my cousin was married to him.
Okay.
So he was an in-law. And so we get out of the car, there's like 5 people, and I'm the only kid.
That must have been a little
my
spook.
cousin's husband, in full military regalia and a buddy, dropped out of a tree on top of me and wrestled me to the ground.
I'm sure it was.
So don't tell me that wouldn't make a good. That would make a good TikTok right there.
Oh yeah.
2 Marines dropping out of a tree onto a
child,
onto an 11 or 12-year-old child. You know,
they were good natured about it.
Oh
though.
yeah, no, they didn't hurt me. They scared the shit out of me. I was like, you know, I zone out when I'm in a car because I've been in a car so much in my life. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So.
So by the time
I'm in the back seat, cramped up, you know, because I'm always big. I was always too big for the environment that I was in because everybody else was smaller.
And it comes with the territory.
It comes with the territory. Hey, you take it and eat meat throughout the bones.
So you got out of the car.
So I got out of the car. So, you know, there's these 2 cookie cutter brick houses. Everybody that's been in the military know what I'm talking about. This was off base. So there was like a collection of them, maybe 3 or 4 in the pines. You know.
Standard
housing, very well manicured. You knew it was military.
Yeah.
Okay. Because there was no color in the yard.
Yes.
It was green, and then there was brick, and that was it.
Yeah.
With a well manicured, no weeds at all.
Never.
Never. And so I'm like, oh, this is neat. So I'll get out of the car. My mom, my dad, like I said, 2 other adult family members, and next thing I know, all I see is the bottom of 4 boots coming at me. They drop. They literally drop on me, okay? They don't drop out of the tree and then run towards me.
No, they're right on top of me.
They're right on top of me when they come down. And nobody had a freaking clue. Nobody had a clue.
That they were going to do that?
Of course not. And I mean, my dad he had very, he was born a small person.
Yes, I know
and,
about.
Being small his entire life, he developed very good instincts and quick reflexes.
Sure.
Very quick, like spooky quick. Like you're like, when you saw it and it was like, oh, it just didn't register.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't pick it. Nobody even knew they were there. And they were on top of me before anybody else. Once their boots hit the ground, that's when everybody turned and saw them.
So you mean to tell me that your dad, you know, may he rest in peace.
Yeah.
Who, because he was so small growing up, had to develop these instincts of whether or not he was about to be in danger.
That's correct.
Because, I mean, that's the same reason why I don't pick at small people.
Yeah.
So, he has these basically spider senses.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he didn't pick up the 2 Marines hiding in the fucking tree that jumped you.
In the trees.
I'm just glad it was good natured.
It was. They fought me to the ground. I know. I'm telling you, it just... it didn't scar me.
I was about to say, like, were they laughing and be like, hey,
yeah, they were like, hey, you know.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? How was your trip?
Got me on my face. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I would do that. I'd be like, you know, wrestling someone to the ground and be like, hey, man, how was your trip? Poof.
You know.
Hope you're doing good. Let's go get lunch.
And then later on, you know, he and I played chess.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
So... but I'm just trying to think about it. I mean, you know, we didn't have cell phones and, you know, I was like, how long were they up in the tree?
Hey, look,
you know what I'm saying?
It
was like, we'll be there Tuesday. That meant, you know, anywhere from between 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at night.
Here's the thing. Based on what I know about Marines.
Yeah.
They were in there long enough.
Long enough, yeah, exactly.
You don't need to tell them what time.
Yeah. Long enough.
Yeah, long enough.
Long enough.
That they will. They're
not looking at a clock.
No, they're just waiting.
They're just waiting
because they're Marines.
Because they're Marines. It was too funny.
You know,
when I think back on it now,
they probably didn't even break a sweat based off of what I've heard and read on their standardized training.
So, when you got guys throwing taped up dudes in chairs,
yes.
there is a lot of.
There's a lot of camaraderie. Of course.
There's a lot of pent up energy.
Yes.
Because you don't, you gotta. It was the best crew I ever worked with. ER trauma. Landrew
and all them.
All of them. Yeah. It was when we were in Oakland, and everybody was so unique. But you just you had to do things to break. Even the most dramatic situation you're in you have to do something to break the monotony of it.
Yes.
I mean, we used to. There was a lot of street folk we used to race wheelchairs. We used to race shopping carts, pushing the shopping carts. You wanted to ride in them. That was not a good idea.
Yeah, no.
But
if you did get hurt, you were at the hospital
you see
already.
2 people, you get your ass beat. If you're staff, you better not do nothing dumb. Make the rest of us have to take care of you. You ain't gonna like it. Tell you that right now. We had enough to do. I didn't know I was gonna get hurt.
Shut up, Rick.
Yeah, man. Drag in here and make the rest of us take care of you. I mean, we can do it.
But you're not gonna like it.
But you ain't gonna like it.
Yeah, you gonna give them shit the whole time, ain't you?
You got to take it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had a buddy one time. He
tea good.
Tea was very good.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure.
Yeah, that's it's got a big old chocolate punch right there.
Yeah,
cacao punch right there.
Yeah,
at the
black
end.
chocolate tea.
Bang.
Yeah, chocolate cool. Black tea.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I just, the recording.
But then, let's contrast that with what you opened up with.
Oh.
Those 3 years of that masculine energy.
Yes.
Okay. You gotta, that's like a deck of cards that's been pulled in half and half.
Yeah.
And then shuffled together.
Correct.
That's what it is.
Yes.
That's what it is. So you have to understand that one comes with the other.
Yes. No, I know. No, I personally...
Because we can get infatuated. That's what happens to a lot of people.
Yeah.
You can get infatuated with the fantasy of it.
Yeah.
And then...
When you're in the reality.
When you're in the reality of it, I'm not saying that you don't have pieces of that, but it's still pieces.
Yes.
As a general rule of thumb.
Oh, I agree.
So,
Yeah, I don't believe the masculine is better than the feminine or the feminine is better than the masculine.
No.
It's basically about balance.
It's about balance.
One's not better than the other. It's just different.
Now, there may be times and situations
where one is better than the other, but that's more contextual.
Well, it's kind of like it's the wave, it's the ebb and the flow.
Yes.
It's not really, it's better at the moment.
Yes, the masculine is better at war.
It's not better as in like because everybody wants to put things in such a hierarchical kind of level thing,
and everybody wants to be black and white about it.
Yeah, but it's a flow. It's a flow. I mean,
I would say the masculine is better at stuff like war, and the physical stuff. Well, whereas the feminine is probably better at, stuff like child rearing and birth.
Well, the whole thing.
For obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons. Only a woman can deliver a child. That's it.
Yes.
What are you going to do? What do you want me to do? The sun rises in the east, sets in the west. I don't know.
Yeah, until until the day where biology.
I don't understand science. I don't know. You beat that.
Yeah, exactly. until the day science can fully fully engineer.
Well, see, that's the whole thing. We've been getting into that slippery slope for a long time.
Oh, I know that.
Okay.
No, I know there's a hard reset coming, but like I'm trying to say, until science can get to the point where you can just flip flop all over the place,
right, without
it being a dramatic drawback.
I'm not.
Then I'll be like, you know what? I don't care.
It's just a matter of time before that. They just finally finished mapping the human genome.
Yes.
I read this past week.
Uh-huh.
I remember when they started.
Yeah, like the early 90s or something? Mid 90s?
It was definitely further back than I It's probably been longer than that.
No, I remember. Oh, I definitely have been longer than that. I just remember.
But they
Clinton
said
initially
I remember
was like
I remember something.
The
that
Human
was
Genome
like
Project
40,
or whatever.
50 years, something like that.
Yes.
And obviously, with the advancing technology, they've been able to shave off.
Oh yeah. And that's not a problem.
No. But it's my understanding, because they have announced before that they had mapped stuff specifically targeted for certain parameters of the human body. I don't know. But now, apparently, they've gotten all the little bits and naughty bits and all that. They've got... Yeah, I can definitely got that mapped as well. So I mean,
I can definitely see
it's just a matter of time before they, designer people. They've already.
Oh, I know.
That type of stuff already goes on anyway.
Oh yeah, like eugenics and ethnic cleansing.
But I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
They'll be able to. Oh, this is weird.
What?
I just had a funny, weird thought.
Do you feel comfortable sharing it on the air? Is it that type of weird thought where it
I might as well express it here.
Okay.
I mean, what if they designed a... No.
All right. No. You can look, write it down. No, write it down. Where's my thing? Write the thing down.
I don't want to throw that out right now,
no,
man.
I got, you already...
I got that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Write it down.
Yes,
because that's important. Hey, maybe it becomes a Patreon exclusive. That's fine, because we don't want to get shut down right out the gate. I mean, granted, not a lot of people are paying attention to us, but you will.
But you will.
All these offensive
all these things people dragging up from 20 years ago.
Exactly. Which is why we are. Oh, ignore that. That's just normal.
Now, I'm going to tell you something. There's two different things. Now, there's one story. There's one...
Finish. Don't get sidetracked. Finish it. No, it's just... this is why every time we say something, we preface this by, oh, by the way, if you dig this out like 10, 20 years in the future, we're going to tell you to go fuck yourself. Yeah. Because we know what we're talking about.
Well, there's two different stories revolving around that I've noticed this past week. Circulating, and that is the... there is one person that's getting canceled.
Yes. For
like one or two things from a long time ago. And then there's one, ominously and truly, is getting what's coming to him, because they had a very established history of participating in interactions with other people and from years ago. And she is being canceled dramatically.
Really?
Losing contracts and interest from the public in this person's wares and services, products.
Oh,
so,
hang on. Oh, keep talking.
But she just happens to be married to a very popular musician, and that's probably the only thing holding it as level as it is, because it looks like it's cascading.
Really?
Oh yeah, and this person was a mean person. I've met a lot of people like that, where they have this public persona, and what they are, what they are behind the curtain is not some goofy person over there messing with the dolls.
I knew.
They're sharks.
Yes.
And it's
here's the thing.
Well, excuse me. I mean, a shark is an innocent animal. I don't even know.
They're predators.
They're predators. Okay?
No, I know.
And it's crazy how they are able to chameleon themselves into.
I know. Well, here's the thing. In some instances, on the one hand,
comes back and gets them.
On the one hand, I don't blame people for doing that, especially in show business. Oh, it's your ice?
No, cool.
Okay. In show business where, you don't destroy the illusion.
Yeah.
Plus, people don't like to watch a monster in real life.
They sure do love to burn them down, though.
Oh, yeah. And
get the pitchfork, Roy. Oh man!
Yeah, in some instances, I'm really down for that.
I'm telling you, it's like Frankenstein. You know, the villagers with their torches and pitchforks.
Yeah, except
it's just like that.
Yeah,
right
except
now.
with Frankenstein's monster, they didn't ask to be this way.
Yeah.
For some people, it's like, dude, you had a
That's
choice.
That's a good point. That's an innocent.
Some people, it's like, okay, you had a choice.
Right.
And you still fucked it up.
Yeah, well, it's, it's power.
I know.
It's power.
That's all it is.
Wow, it's crazy.
It doesn't surprise me.
Wow, it sure does amplify who and what you are.
Exactly. I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's a reason why the phrase absolute power corrupts absolutely. It still exists.
I mean, she was telling people to go kill themselves, and man, that's...
Yeah.
And then come out and, hey, everybody.
Yeah, I know.
Just like,
just bugs me.
I don't remember ever looking at, I don't remember looking at somebody and thinking, I hope you die. That's
a bad way to be.
That's a bad way to be.
Yeah, I feel like something like that should only be reserved for people who genuinely deserved it, and not just some Joe Schmo that fucked up your coffee order. You know?
Yeah, or got ticked off and
if someone who basically swindled you out of your owned house, like you're not mortgaging it, you paid it off, and someone swindles you out of your house, that person should probably go die. You know?
Well, I mean, what I'm saying,
someone who goes after your family, that person should probably.
What I'm saying specifically about this is personally, I just don't. I can't fit that. I can't fit that into my head. I don't. To wish. I mean,
wish death upon somebody.
And I've.
It's very dangerous.
I mean, I've seen death in such interesting ways.
Yes.
Interesting. Well,
death has a look.
It's definitely not a great word to introduce death. But
dude, you're an ER nurse. You've seen crazy shit.
I mean, there are people that, death would not be a bad option for them. They're in such bad shape. And I've seen so much of that. So I get that.
Well, here's the thing. That's mercy.
Yeah.
There's a difference between mercy and abject hatred.
Well, I mean, it's people think it doesn't matter, but yeah,
yes, it matters.
Yeah, it matters. The language you use. I wish you just die. That type of thing. People. I mean, it really got. I picked up on it probably in 2006. You start reading the comments.
Yeah.
Of what was being said in the comments, and it was just
anonymity
started to get ugly.
Anonymity does that to people.
It went from I disagree with you, I think you're full of shit, to I hope you and your family get raped and die. And I was like, man, that was a jump.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
And then by the time it hit 2008, it was rolling right along. Mm-hmm. And then it is just...
it hasn't really stopped.
No.
Yeah, I feel like whatever age of civility in civilized society, I think it's gone, because it started to leak into reality.
There was a time when that behavior was modified closer to the source of that individual's life.
Sure.
Okay, and now...
Not really.
Because the majority of that inner core has been taken down by the forces that be.
Whatever.
Now that net that used to take, in other words,
whatever would modify that behavior is gone.
You and bro, when you leave home,
you
don't have to go out there. That's what's annoying.
How so?
You don't have to be hurted because you leave home knowing how you need to act.
Yes.
Whether you want to call it something fundamentalistic or biblical or social contract or natural law, whatever. I don't care.
Spiritual or secular?
This is a dynamic that's nobody will tell me that it doesn't have the best percentage of success, and that is, but now the type of the way the people act nowadays, they have to be. It's almost like you have to get control of them now before it's just kind of pull back on the reins. Okay, it used to be. I was wondering when this was going to come, the Affordable Care Act, when it basically modified people's diets.
Yeah.
Basically said, okay, if you're gonna, they applied. They did change some things with people that were like smokers and things like that, but they also the insurance went up for people who are overweight.
For obvious reasons.
I mean, I'm just saying they were putting it on. They put it on that same tier. Right or wrong. I'm just saying they did it, trying to slow down because people are just really getting out of control. I mean, I've had my hands on so many big people. I mean, ridiculous big people.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. On the one hand, I understand because some people I don't know whether it's the mentality of they think they're going to live forever in that state. Like, no problems. They'll be young forever. This little delusion where they can eat whatever they want and it doesn't matter.
Right.
Like, they're not looking at the long term. Or it's a self-hatred thing that they're trying to cover up with comfort food. You know what I mean? Because I have a coworker right now.
It could be depression.
Yeah, it could be depression. I don't know, but
eating.
I've got a coworker who I'm pretty sure he's leaning towards that more self-hatred aspect. Because not only is he just a fucking butterball, and I mean a butterball to the nth degree. He is like a few hairs shy from that. Not 600-pound life. He's not that big because he can still walk. Yeah. But he's definitely a big boy. And he smokes and he drinks and it's like, dude, you're like one of the few people in the call center I don't hate. Yeah. Don't put yourself in an early grave.
Yeah, it's like I didn't come to work to watch
you kill yourself slowly.
For me to have to go out and do CPR on you, man.
Yeah, exactly. So So on the one hand, I get it. But on the other hand, you have to look at what type of criteria these people are using to judge overweightness. Take you or me, for instance. We're not overweight. We're out of shape.
Yeah.
I define overweight as, you're like, if you are out of breath going down the stairs, you're overweight.
That's fair.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You don't have to be in like tip-top shape, nothing like that. You don't have to be an Olympian.
Too fat to fish.
Too fat to fish.
That's what he used to call it, too fat to fish.
Yeah. So, but the thing is that in terms of the BMI, you and I are way off kilter. But the problem is we're built different.
Built a lot different.
We're built a lot different. We're taller, we're more muscle than fat, Yeah. We're mesomorphs. Yeah. And then you got some people, I'm friends with her on Facebook, who she has this genetic disorder where she can't, that chemical signal that tells people to stop eating. Yeah. She doesn't have it.
CKK.
Yeah, she doesn't have it.
Really?
Yes. Oh, like legit. It's a small percentage of people who actually have that problem.
Yeah, it's triggered by fat and protein.
Yeah. And
it tells you to stop eating.
Yeah, she doesn't have that chemical.
Drag.
Yeah, I know. So the reason she's fat is not because of negligence, it's because she's genetically not tailored for it. It's not that she doesn't care. She does. But she doesn't have that chemical.
Goodness.
Yes. So there's also that to be taken into consideration as well. And I'm just like, this is me trying to be the compromiser, trying to see both points of view.
Right.
I'm just like, on the one hand, I get it. You're trying to stop people from killing themselves too early, or, trying to stop whatever wave of diabetes that may have inadvertently caused by the government, but that's none of my business.
Well, legislate. Yeah.
And on the other hand, you have people like you and I and a friend on Facebook where we're just genetically not tailored to be European descended.
No. Not as a rule.
Not as a rule. So, yeah, we're not Aryan.
No. Well.
I mean, it's in there, but it's not the prominent feature.
No. But it's, I'm
just saying that there are flaws, but there'll be flaws with everything.
There's flaws with everything.
So you might as well just cut your losses, become a gazillionaire, and just buy yourself an island so you can tell the world to fuck off. That's been my dream since I was like 11, and I'm still manifesting it to this day. I want an island with a beach house and a boat and/or helicopter because I still need food. I want to have the ability to disconnect for like 5 years at a time and then go back and be like, oh, we have hover cars.
Yeah.
Like out in the open. It's not
like getting out of prison.
Yeah.
And it's a very comfortable prison, actually.
Oh, yeah. Very.
But,
yeah, it's like, hey, that building can fly. Stuff like that, I mean. But, I don't know. You know, my longing for solitude aside, not really.
Yeah.
I used to be really negative about it, like very, just outright like, I don't belong in this world. You know, those angsty high school years.
Oh, it's a drag.
Yeah, it's a drag.
But it happens.
Yeah, that's just hormones and whatnot. Although, to be fair, I think the primary motivator behind me having an island to myself with a beach house and
Sure.
is I didn't like high school.
No.
But there's a specific reason. Most people, it's like, I didn't like high school because I was bullied, or I didn't like high school because no one liked me. No, well, that didn't happen to me. People tried to bully me. They tried so hard. But I had to establish myself as the crazy person so people would leave me alone.
Yeah.
Which, I'm not saying
well, if you don't act like everybody else, they're going to think you're crazy anyway.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
you got to put it on a shirt.
Precisely. You know, I don't act like everybody else, but I'm not insane. I'm not unchemically unbalanced. I'm on the spectrum. That's about it.
Somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. Higher end, I would argue, but
who knows?
But I had to basically just act out. Like, I straight up stabbed somebody with the eraser end of a pencil. It's because if I was crazy, I would have done the pointy end.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Things you think about it.
Yeah, I think about it. It's premeditated. It was purposeful. So, the reason I hated high school was because it was just noise.
There was a lot of it.
Noise. Like the Grinch. Noise.
I have to say, I was very surprised to hear you talk about how people were constantly talking in class while the teacher was talking.
Exactly. The teacher was talking. I'm trying to listen to what they're talking about because it's going to be on the test later, guys. That's kind of important. And nobody. Now, here's the thing. We're not in, like, a terrible area. We're not in the ghetto. We're not in the inner city.
No.
We're not in, like, this weird, area where children are inherently disrespectful for one reason or another.
Yeah.
But they would not stop talking. It was basically...
which is rude anyway.
Yes. It
under
was
any circumstances.
Yeah. My public school was about 4 to 5 years of just constant noise. And, prior to me understanding that I had Asperger's syndrome, it just drove me up a wall. I never understood why. So not only did I have the droning, the audio water torture effect, I was also confused because I was like, why does this make me so angry?
Yeah. Hey, I mean, I can't say that I paid attention to every word. That would be a lie.
Sure.
When I was in the schools that I attended. But everything you did, you tried to do it as quietly as possible as to not get caught.
Sure. Yeah, that's gone.
Yeah, apparently. So, yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, I know.
But it's.
I mean, I guess if you had to find one upside to the whole the virtual learning today,
right,
is the teacher can very easily just mute everybody else.
I don't know.
So even if they did talk, you can't not pay attention.
I don't know how a parent can be presented with proof of something like that and allow it to continue.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
But anyway. Everybody's got to do their thing,
Yeah, I know. It just drove me up a damn wall so hard. This is also if I understood that college, no one talked in class, I would have skipped grades.
Right.
I would have been like, get me out of here now. And that's exactly what I'm going to tell my kids.
Yeah.
If they have the same condition that I do. And they're just like, no one will shut up. I'll be like, hey, in college, no one's going to say a freaking word except for the teacher.
Yeah.
And, you can ask questions, but no one will talk. Do you want to skip grades? Yeah, all right.
It's because you're paying for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'll just be like, all right.
There's no ownership from the students.
Shit, yeah.
I don't know exactly how you install that.
That might be part of it.
Yeah.
I know how you install it.
How?
Now I don't know how the hell. It's not going to happen I don't think that there's going to be there's not going to be a law passed to make this happen. So it's definitely going to have to be on the parents.
Right.
For too long, the family unit has allowed the state to raise their children.
Yes.
I agree with that. Here's what parents need to do.
What's that?
Same thing you did with me and bro.
Yeah. Oh.
A pencil is lighter than a shovel.
A pencil is lighter than a shovel, absolutely.
You don't have to hit your kids.
No.
You do not have to punish. Well, it is a punishment of sorts, but it's also a teaching tool.
It's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity. You don't have to. You do not have to lay hands on your child.
It's not punishment. It's an opportunity.
You do not have to lay hands on your child. You do not have to yell at your child. You do not have to take away any of their stuff or invade their privacy. Nothing.
No.
This was It's very simple. A pencil is lighter than a shovel. My trainer, he just had a baby. This man is a first-time father. And I stressed to him, a pencil is lighter than a shovel.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, the kid is going to grow up in the gym. It's kind of the same way that I grew up in the hospital. I wasn't sickly. I just saw you all the time.
Right.
So I have an extremely friendly and positive association with the hospital. I can't wait to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what the situation is. I'm just like, yes.
That's enough.
I know. Shut up. Let me have my moment. I'm not scared. Yeah, I know. I don't get scared when I go to the hospital.
Yeah, you don't have an issue with it.
No, I don't have an issue with it. I'll be like, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah, and everybody else has got,
fear. So they are weak.
They just don't have any other frame of reference.
I know.
Yeah.
So this kid is obviously going to have this. He's going to have a similar mindset for the gym because a lot of people get weird at the gym.
Yeah.
Because it's just unfamiliar territory. You typically don't know what you're doing. You don't know anyone there. Everyone's doing something you don't commonly see on the outside of the building.
Right.
So that kid is going to have a very positive association with the gym. But I've still told my trainer a pencil is lighter than a shovel. If he does not study, and if he chooses to not be smart, you need to get him a shovel and make him dig a hole.
Yeah.
So then he has to choose whether he wants to live out his life being smart, or he wants to live out his life using his body.
Using his body.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
nothing wrong with it. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, my trainer was like, but if he's going to be in the gym, he's going to be going out his life with using his body anyway. And I said to him, there's a big difference between being a physical trainer in an air-conditioned gym working out.
Yeah, try it out in the sun and the mud.
Yeah, and versus being a ditch digger out in the sun and the mud.
Yeah.
There's a big difference. And plus, being a personal trainer, you get paid more.
Usually.
Yes, usually. Except for grave diggers, that's different.
Yeah, you're going to shower sweat off.
Yeah, not dirt and mud and worms. Yeah.
You're not going to, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you don't have to wash the earth off.
You're not going to leave a dirty breadcrumb trail.
Yes.
Wherever you go until you get it washed off. Yeah,
that's the difference.
Hose you down in one of these car washes.
Oh, yeah. So that's basically something that I feel like needs to get more press.
Yeah,
because it's so simple.
Well, it's not. It isn't saying, hey, this is what you just need to understand the difference. That's all.
Yes, that's all.
Just understand the difference.
Yeah, it's not meant to be a punishment. Because if you do it in the right spirit, it will come off that way.
Yeah, I spent like the entire summer of my 13th year
building that church.
Building a church with my dad, and
you very quickly decided that was not something you wanted to do.
Something I wanted to do. In July, on the coast, in June, and August. No.
Yeah, I'm kind of,
God bless those folks that do, but that's not what my gig.
Yep, that's not your thing.
Friggin' so hot on the roof, the glue holds the soles of your shoes on melts. The soles of your shoes come off. Ooh. Oh, yeah, that's hot. No, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. So you had that teaching.
Yeah, I had that teaching.
Yes. So, I mean, here's the thing. I believe certain things need to happen to every human being on the planet.
Sure.
You need to know, first and foremost, you need to know the difference between being smart and digging a ditch.
Yeah.
So I would believe that parents need to make their kids dig a ditch if they're acting up. It's like, look, you're gonna be smart, or are you gonna use your body the rest of your life? Which one?
I worked with a lady who, with a nurse who she was a single mom.
Yeah.
And 2 sons, and she would make them. She had the only thing she had near her house.
Yeah.
Was a big pile of cinder blocks.
Yes.
And she would have her boys, for punishment.
Yeah.
She would have them move cinder blocks.
Yeah.
Like they're over here in this pile.
Yes.
Move them over there.
Yes.
Pile them up over there.
Yeah.
And that's what she did.
Hey, that works.
And one of them is an executive with ESPN.
Nice.
And one of them is something in the medical profession.
Good. But and here's the thing. Yeah. I personally believe
and this is in a single wide trailer in Alabama. Okay, dirt road.
Good.
That
she raised them right then.
Yeah, that's all she had.
They're successful, and I hope they're happy. She basically did her job in that case.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I don't believe that you should use stuff like, if your kid's acting up, you should not make them read.
Yeah.
Because then they'll associate reading with negativity and punishment, and they won't read, and you got a stupid kid.
Yeah.
I would argue it's kind of hard for me to say this because I was on the receiving end, and I know you were on the receiving end. In some instances, I don't believe in corporal punishment to an extent. To an extent. Now, I don't believe in belting your kid at the drop of a hat.
No. That
is a bad idea. That kid's gonna grow up with
unless they're picking up a lit firecracker or something. I mean, you gotta make a decision.
Yes. I personally,
I mean, it's like, bang, let's go.
Yeah, I personally believe in the most extreme circumstances, like lighting a firecracker, blowing a toilet up. Yeah.
Or you could hurt somebody else.
Sure. Or you have hurt somebody else. Sure, do that.
That's a no-no.
Yeah. I believe now. I need to do more research on it because obviously I'm not a parent.
Mm-hmm.
But I have this inclination where I remember in like a college class there was like an actual single mom there, where she was like, people were making her feel bad because her daughter was like 4 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And people were making her feel bad because it's like, do I hit the kid? If they act up, do I not? But the kid, she was like, not doing anything where she blew up the toilet or anything with like a cherry bomb.
Right.
But I basically, me being younger than her, I somehow took I was like the one of the few people that took a psychology class on human growth and development before I took this one.
Mm.
And I said to her, now I don't believe you should you should not, like, unload on this person, this daughter of yours.
Right.
But when kids are, like, between, like, 1 to 5, maybe 6-ish, depends, obviously at the parent's discretion, but definitely in that toddler phase, that early toddler phase, they don't have the ability to cognitively think the same way you and I do.
Right.
And arguably people don't get that until they're about 25, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know why people don't understand about that.
I don't know. But basically, when they're children,
right.
like just a couple years under their belt.
Right,
they don't think about stuff.
No, they only understand cause and effect.
Yes. So I counseled her and be like, take a little bit of a Pavlovian hand if they're like about to walk across the street in busy traffic.
Right.
You negatively reinforce that action.
Right.
Because you can't sit them down and reason with them why that's a bad thing.
Yeah, they don't have any understanding.
Because they don't have any understanding.
They get hit by a car and it kills them. They
don't know what death is.
They don't understand it at all.
Yes. So I'm not saying you unload on the kid, like just frickin' splatter them against the wall for trying to walk across into traffic. But you definitely use some negative reinforcement. To that.
Which does have an application.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, people have taken it into...
and do it with a loving spirit. That's the most important part. That's the one thing that a lot of people are just like... People who are anti-corporal punishment, that's one thing that I always argue with, is do it with a loving spirit. Don't do it because you enjoy hitting the child. That is not going to end up in a positive light.
Emphasize the child, not
not the action itself.
Yeah, I want you to be safe.
Yes, I want you to be safe.
I want you to be in pain.
Yes.
You be careful if you cross over. Because a lot of parents will do. I'm not saying you can't get around to how you would feel.
Sure.
Or be affected.
And later on.
But you need to start with the child first and work your way out.
Yes, I agree with that.
Okay.
Not only that, but here's the thing. Once the kid gets older, you can start being like, hey, don't do that because of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Because then they'll be like, oh, I understand this.
Right.
Now, if they do it again...
And then the negative reinforcement comes in the form of, okay, you don't get to play your PlayStation for a week.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You lose, and then the whole physical interaction is not needed anymore.
Yeah.
See. But you give them a foundation to start from. They understand good and bad and right and wrong.
Yes.
And it's hardwired into them.
Yeah.
Where, it's like a cat on a hot stove.
Yes.
The cat will jump. The story goes, cat jumps on a hot stove, and the stove's hot.
Yeah. And they're not going to do that again.
They're not going to do that again.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's the simplest. At that level.
At that level.
Right. At that level.
Yes.
At that. Doesn't have the ability to go, oh, that's the stove. I better not jump up there because it can get, you don't understand that it's hot until you get on it.
Yes.
And a lot, and that still, even as adults, that still applies to us about certain things.
Yes.
You got to get burned by something
So you stop messing with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just how it is. Now, like I said, you do stuff like that with love.
With love.
With a loving spirit in your heart. Yes, you're probably going to get an ass whooping, the child's going to get an ass whooping, but focus on the fact that, you just got to focus on the fact that you're trying to help them. You're not trying to get your rocks off or anything.
You're not hurting, you're not intending to hurt them, although discomfort is involved.
Sometimes pain is part of the process. Yeah. In all things in life. Well, most things in life.
You just have to figure out what's important.
Correct.
This whole thing, I want my children to have good self-esteem, obviously, but I want them to be safe first.
Yes. And you don't want to have to bail your children out of jail at every opportunity, too.
Well, I'm just saying, you're going to get that, you're gonna parent sometime, some way.
Yeah,
so,
just get it over with.
For lack of a better phrase.
Do it right the first time.
Well, just give it your best shot.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be perfect, Lord knows.
No.
But, and act like it matters.
Correct.
I
love this pillow.
It's a very nice pillow.
But that's just, from someone who has taken classes and, you.
Yeah.
So.
I know.
Would I do things differently? Probably. Everyone has their own style.
Everybody has their own style,
Yeah,
absolutely.
but my whole goal is, I'm not gonna bail my children out of jail.
I think if you genuinely love your children.
Yes.
And not make decisions because you want them to love you.
Correct.
Okay, that's
the other half.
That's what trips up a lot of people.
Yes.
Okay, they make decisions. Parents make decisions about their children. This is just my opinion and my observation. They'll make decisions about their children with this somewhere floating around in the decision of I'm going to make. They end up. It's been my observation. They end up making not the best choice because their mindset is, I don't want to make my child stop loving me. And that can never happen. Okay.
Because there will always be that
There will always be that part.
However small, however
I'm telling
big.
you, I've seen it. I can remember working inner city and having these junkie parents and their children. The parent is overdosed or done something screwed up with the needle and something and show up and I can't imagine a criteria that would call what they were involved in as a good parent decision, but it's not my thing.
Sure.
And watch the children come in and literally take care of the parent.
Yeah.
That role had reversed.
Mm-hmm. In spite of...
And I'm not saying pro or con, good or bad. Obviously, there's going to be some positive outcomes. Obviously, there's going to be some negative outcomes.
Yes.
But they love that parent. They love that parent.
Yes.
So that people making decisions based on, I don't want my child to stop loving me.
That will always be there.
Well, I'm just saying, make decisions based on your love for the child.
Yeah. Also.
And learn to identify, because if your child does something dangerous and you don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Over the line's over the line. Okay.
Also.
Yeah.
Because this seems to be a big topic nowadays with the whole thing of, this whole thing about, it's like, my parents raised me this way, so now I'm all ucked up, or, stuff like that. All right, here's something that I know you instilled in me, which makes me feel really happy that you did. That whole phrase of, eat the meat throughout the bones.
Yeah.
For the pagans out there, that's basically called shadow work.
Okay.
Basically, you take the negative aspects of yourself and you deal with it.
Right.
You know, in a constructive way. You're not trying to push it down. You're basically like, okay, this is a part of who I am. I accept it.
Right.
And I want to work on not letting it dominate my life. It no longer serves a purpose. And therefore, you deal with it. You work through it.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, for some reason, that's not really getting emphasized an awful lot. You know, oh, my parents, they don't accept the fact that I want to be this. Well, deal with it.
Right.
You know, accept that part and move on. I mean, obviously, I'm oversimplifying it because no process of eating the meat, throwing out the bones is alike. But basically, you keep what works for you, and you toss out what no longer serves you.
That's the plan.
Yeah, that's the plan. And I want to emphasize that because some people don't know how to do that. They just walk around pissed off and angry at their parents or their grandparents or whatever person that raised them or life or their friends or blankety blanky blank blank.
Yeah, life's hard.
Yeah, life's hard. Life isn't fair. But you gotta deal with it.
Yeah, you gotta deal with it.
Yeah, life is unfair if you make dumb decisions a lot of times, but sometimes stuff falls out of the fucking sky.
Sometimes it does.
Yeah. So.
And if you raised a certain way, I mean, you said.
You gotta roll with the punches.
And you can see the trap.
Yes. Plus, you know, everybody stumbles and falls.
Sure.
You just gotta learn how to get back up.
That's right. Fall down, get back up.
Yeah. There's no dishonor in that.
No.
Ugh.
No.
Food.
You haven't eaten?
No, I did. It was just small.
Oh.
I may or may not eat before I go do my paperwork.
I had a cigar for breakfast.
Good for you. You had a cigar and you had black tea and whatever was in that glass.
Yeah.
Brr.
Yes.
Yeah, you had a cigar, you had black tea, and whatever was in that glass.
Oh, yeah, we're doing this.
We started at 10-ish.
Yeah, we're doing it prior to noon.
Yeah, prior to noon.
It's our first time.
Yeah, I think this was working out really well.
Yeah.
I'm actually happy because I have, the caffeine. I'm not tired. I'm not angry.
Yeah, and I'm not frustrated.
You're not sleepy.
I'm like,
yeah.
I mean, sometimes because I don't catch the triggers.
Yes.
That I should comment on because sometimes it's like ooh.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah, sometimes we just kind of walk in here, we're already mad, and so we use the podcast as a way to vent, which is not a bad thing.
I'm not inciting people to riot or authorizing and supporting any property destruction.
Nah.
Or law breaking.
Nah.
Never.
Only in rare cases.
Go riot on your own time, man. Don't point a finger at me.
Go do that on your own time. We got better shit to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we got.
I'd be out in front of a crowd with a bullhorn.
Oh yeah.
No, unless there's a very comfortable chair nearby.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for you and I, we actually have to go and do a job.
Yeah.
So
labor.
Yeah, labor. I'm trying to get out of that racket.
Yeah.
Yeah, these past 3 years, that was my teaching moment of I don't want to do this for the rest of my life.
No. Ugh. But you learned how to organize.
I became a really good record keeper.
Oh,
like,
awesome.
Stupid good.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like, organized to the nines.
Well, see, you have a template now.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, my problem is I never had a template.
Ah, okay. Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
The reason why here's the thing, I had like an interview for my hopefully next job. Actually, it's not hopefully, it's a guarantee. She needs people, and she knows I'm not a fuck up.
Right.
She told me, like, what are some special skills that you feel is applicable to this job? And I straight up told her I am a damn good record keeper in that tone of voice. Because, and I didn't say
Plus,
this.
I can break your jaw with my left heel.
I can fix your jaw with my left heel.
I can fix your jaw with my left heel.
That actually happened.
Yes.
That's a true story.
That's right. Somebody owes us some money.
Hey, I got my black belt. She can have it free.
Free of charge.
Yeah, free of charge. She helped me get my black belt. I don't care. Maybe I'll tell the story later if I remember. Yeah. So. Here's the thing. The reason I had to become a very good record keeper, and I mean good, like having a CYA policy at every turn, level record keeper.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. It's not because it's not 100% because I'm OCD or I have to have absolute control over the situation. I mean, those are aspects of it, but that wasn't the primary driving force. One of the main reasons why I want to get out of this job is I have had it with people who they just don't read.
Right.
You know, we tell them, like people in the field, we tell them to do this process. They don't do their process. Right. Their inventory gets fucked up because of it.
Right.
And then they go, "Oh, I don't have the things to do my job. Your inventory says you have this. That's wrong. Did you do the thing we told you to do? No, that's your fault. You should have read my mind and realized that I was out of these parts." And it is a constant.
Right.
Almost every day lately, I have had a conversation with someone who they did not consume their parts using the program we use.
Right.
And then they get mad at my department because we didn't give them the parts, even though their inventory said that they didn't need it.
Right.
So I became a really good record keeper.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
You see what I mean?
You pull it out.
Yeah, I pull it out. It beat them over the head with it. People in the field, people in the call center, who they refuse to read. Like, I will put somewhere where I'm supposed to, it's like, okay, this is the tracking number, this is how many things they're getting, it was approved by this person, it's going by FedEx via standard delivery, it will be there in 3 days, yada, yada, yada.
Right.
I'm like, to the nines, I'm that organized. And either they just refuse to look on that tab, or their eyes just kind of glaze over.
When they have to, there's words down there.
Oh my God, there's words and numbers and stuff. And then they ask me, hey, they just ask me for the details that I just wrote down. And it's like,
so
okay.
Excuse me while I get my calculator.
Yes.
And then starts to take his shoes off.
Exactly. Exactly. And I'm just like, okay, guys, I have the work order. I have the person's name, the date, the location, the part they're using, what site they're going to, what time they're arriving. Why can't you read?
Right.
Basically, I'm the mama.
Yeah.
And I don't mind being the mama.
But really?
Yeah. I don't mind being the person that has to cover everyone's crap, because it allows me to just beat them over the head when they do something stupid. I get a lot of satisfaction out of that.
Well, if you're the only one that's going to carry ammunition.
Exactly.
They're all shooting blanks.
Exactly. But the problem is, coupled with the fact that this is a oh God, what the hell's that guy's name? I don't know how to pronounce it because I've only read it. It's the man who, in Greek mythology, he has to roll that boulder up the hill, and as soon as he reaches the top, it rolls on the other side. Sisyphus, that guy, whatever, however you pronounce his name. I'm not sure. It's Greek.
I got an image, but I can't remember the name.
That guy. It is a Sisyphean task almost every day
It's like, man.
And after a while, that gets old. Plus, it can get up to 114 degrees inside those warehouses because I looked at the temperature gauge on the wall. I had my own blazing saddle moment there for a minute.
Can't be more than 114.
Yeah, that's exactly the line that was fed to me in my brain. As soon as I saw the temperature on the wall, it was like 114 degrees. And that line burst forth as soon as I saw 114. I was like, oh God.
Sisyphus work.
Sisyphus, yes. The Sisyphilian task of trying to combat these morons who either they don't have the time or they refuse to keep up with their own records.
Right.
And I'm now just like, fuck y'all.
Right.
Because I am tired of cleaning up after everyone's mess. I'm tired of being the one getting yelled at. I'm tired of being the one having to fix everyone's problems.
Right.
I'm not the only one that has to fix everyone's problems, but I'm definitely one of the persons that has to fix everyone's problems.
Can't even get a thank you.
I can't even get a thank you.
Right.
You know, I even have to, it's like...
You make it look easy.
Yes.
Make it look easy.
That's the problem,
That's the problem. Used to get on my nerves, too.
Do I have to complain more? Is that part of it?
See me sitting down and can't want to find stuff for me to do.
Oh, you're busy.
Just because I do it faster and better than everybody else.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Don't think I'm not doing anything.
Yeah. In fact, I think I'm slow.
I'm catching my breath.
Yeah.
Because I've been running for the past 20 minutes.
Exactly.
So I need to catch my breath. No, I don't need to get up and do something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm being slow because I thought I should have handled the problem yesterday. So once the problem is handled, I'm already done faster than everybody else. It's like, oh, what? And I'm sitting here like, do I need to complain more? Do I need to be more loud and abrasive?
Hmm.
Do you see what I mean?
Do they have faxes?
Faxes?
Yeah.
Like a fax machine?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I have emails.
Oh, that's it.
I tag everyone in the emails,
Well, the problem is, and I can tell you from personal experience working at a company similar to that structure.
Yes.
Everybody from above just drops all this email down on me. It doesn't have anything to do with me or my job, and I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to fish through, send me 20, 30, 50 a day.
Yes.
And maybe none of them pertain to me.
Yeah.
You just
exactly.
pass them. That's what makes people not read email.
Yeah, that's basically the situation I'm in. I keep having people, aside from the fact that I'm leaving the job, but no one knows that I'm leaving the job, which is a superpower that I love.
Right.
My whole thing is people get on my case about, you didn't see my email yesterday? No! Because I have 60 of them, and 98% of it doesn't pertain to me.
You put their name in the title?
No, they don't.
No. Oh.
They just send something to me like, hey, this person out in Texas needs a thing. But the problem is there's 5 other people who could do that exact same job, so it doesn't directly pertain to me. They don't say, hey, can you do this?
Right.
And even if there was emails that say, hey, can you do this? I don't read them because I'm just click, 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 or I just hit read all because it doesn't mean anything to me.
Right.
Yeah. The boxes will get here when it gets here. I can't control FedEx or UPS or anything like that.
No.
I can't make them go faster.
Yeah, I can't go over there. I can't go. I can't tell you how many times I say, you need to make this doctor do. I can't do that.
I can't do nothing.
I can't do nothing. I can't make them do their job differently.
Yeah.
I mean, I can.
How about you go make them do their job differently? Yeah. Their job differently.
Yeah, I've never understood that.
I don't know. It's just a bunch of Karens in customer service.
I mean, I can facilitate the process as fast as I can do it.
Yes.
But if I'm dependent on somebody else,
Yeah, guess what? You're dependent on somebody else.
That's their gig.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have any control in that.
Yeah.
And if I give them too much garbage,
they're not going to do it.
Then it'll impact my job.
Precisely.
So why don't you talk to them?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe you already have, and that's why the problem. That's why you got the problem.
Yeah. So this is why I'm a good record keeper, is because no one else wants to be.
Well, there you go.
It's what it is.
So.
But now I have the ability to be this OCD asshole over records, and I don't want to be.
You know how to
but
do
I
it.
have to do. I know how to do it.
That's cool.
Yes.
Like I said, that's a template you can take into your next job.
Oh, I will. Like the person who I'm good friends with and who hired me, she's probably at some point going to be mad at me because I will. Here's the thing: it's one thing to have everything written down in like a book or like an Excel spreadsheet.
Right.
I memorize a lot of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? It's not. I don't have a photographic memory. It's just this has happened so many times where I'm just like, I'm going to absorb this information, blah 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 blah, just to eat it. So
tired of looking for my cheat sheet. Yeah.
So I don't have to look for a cheat sheet. So when I'm standing in front of my superiors, quote unquote, whatever they deem themselves to be, my supervisor, the CEO, whoever, I don't need to look up a cheat sheet.
Right.
I would just be like, he has this, but he says he has 0. He's an idiot.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, what am I supposed to do? You hired him.
Yeah.
Why is this my problem? You hired him. You yell at him. He'll respond better to you than to me. To me, I'm just some schlub.
Okay.
You're the guy that hired him. But for some reason, I have to be the one that yells at everybody, even though I'm theoretically some schlub.
Yeah. That's a valuable thing to lose.
Yeah.
That you'll take with you.
Uh-huh. Now he has to do his job.
Yeah, that's going to be rough.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that whole place is going to get all fucked up when I leave.
Oh, yeah.
I had ideas about being extremely vindictive and, like, deleting certain files. But now I'm like, you know what? There's so much I already do. The person who's going to have to cover for me / replace me, they're not going to keep up.
They'll hire 2 people to replace you.
They'll have to hire 2 people. Again.
Again.
No. They're going to have to hire 4 people to replace me. Because not only am I doing my normal job at my department, I'm doing somebody else's job at the other department.
Right.
So they're going to have to hire 4 people to replace me.
Sure.
This keeps happening.
It's all right.
They have to hire more than 1 person to replace me.
It'll pay off.
I know. And I'm not mad. I'm just like, why?
Really
I'm just like, why?
Yeah. Understanding it will make you feel better.
It might.
Maybe.
I at least would have more peace over it. I would just be like, you know what?
Well, then,
sure.
I think that type of answer comes regardless whether you seek it out or not.
Fair enough. Okay.
So it'll come.
Yeah. I guess the other part of it is that I'm not looking to boost my ego because I know this answer.
Right.
It'll happen regardless, but I'll just be like,
yeah.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, you're more valuable, you bring more to the job.
Yeah. Honestly, this upcoming job, this is actually the first time I have heard anyone suggest that I be recommended for middle to upper management. And I'm like, this is the first time.
See if it's an organization you want to be associated with.
It's not that it's not something I wanted to be associated with, but she and I already have the understanding that I'm using it as a springboard. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay.
I basically said, hey, not in the interviewing process. This was like months before any of that happened,
Yeah.
So it wasn't something like, you never go into the interview saying, oh, I'm only going to be here for like 6 months and then I'm going to bounce. No, do not do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
I've done that. That doesn't work well.
No, it does not. No. I didn't do that. I went at it like I was going to be here full time, even though I'm not. Well, I might be full time at first, but then I'm going to downgrade.
Right.
Just to establish a clientele or any of that. To get some connections at where I'm at.
Sure.
Networking.
Sure.
And to show off that I'm not a fuck up.
Okay.
Yeah. Because apparently that is how far the bar has gotten. You want to get hired? Yeah, don't be a fuck up. That's it.
Yes.
That's it. Show up on time, don't be a fuck up, leave when you're supposed to. That's it.
Right.
Take your lunch. Take your breaks. Get out. See? That is literally it nowadays.
Establishment.
No, yeah.
You really, yeah, no.
Exactly. And I'm just...
Yeah, just follow the rules.
Yeah.
I mean, just...
Yeah. So, months ago, I basically told her that my end goal was something else. Something that I technically passed a test to get.
Right.
And she said, no, it's okay. People will use this job as a springboard. And she was okay with it.
Well, as long as...
So now I'm going to have to test that. Because she already said it was okay for me to use it as a springboard months ago. But once I get my hands in the job and I learn it, will she be willing to let me go? Does that make sense?
Yes. We'll see.
Like, I won't take advantage of her.
No.
Because of her good nature and her goodwill. I appreciate it.
Sure.
I'm taking a little bit.
Well,
I'm taking like $1.
I understand.
Yeah.
Looking at the future.
Yes.
It's good to have a goal.
Yes. And it's good to have a transitionary period too.
Right.
But I'm just sitting here just being like, okay, you said springboard, so once I start positioning myself to use a springboard, you gonna pull a rug out from under me?
Unless there has been some kind of indication regarding that, your interaction.
Correct.
With her.
Yes.
I mean, always keep it an option.
Yes.
But I wouldn't focus on it. No.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry.
Yeah. I might make some dragon egg whites in a bit. Or
sure.
I might not. I don't know. I'm deciding whether or not I want to go out to eat. I might pick up something because I got to get my oils changed. I got to do paperwork. So.
Yeah.
And I might just go around town because I'm just like, hey, look, I want to get this out of my system. I want to enjoy the area I'm in before I leave it. Because I'm in a pretty bougie area.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I want to go out to eat at the restaurants because I would just save and just squirrel away all my stuff. I wouldn't really go out to eat.
Mm.
Not that I could really do that anyway because I'm on the diet. But now I'm just like, I want to go shopping. I want to go eat at the restaurants because I'm probably not going to be around this town for much longer.
Sure.
Or if I do go up there, it'd be like a visit. Like, I want to go eat at this restaurant because it was my favorite. You know what I mean?
I got you.
So, yeah, I think we're going to do that next couple weeks as I'm slowly getting out. I'm just going to use up all my PTO.
Might as well.
Yeah, might as well. They might pay me back for the PTO. I don't care. Because it is so hot right now that I can't stand it anymore. Me having my own time is now more valuable than overtime or getting payback from the PTO. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You reached that point.
Yes, I reached that point. I wish I didn't reach that point, but I'm here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. I'll probably go out to eat just because I'm just like, yes! Just get out of my system.
Gotcha. I'll stay here.
Okay.
Guard the joint.
Guard the joint. Take care of the puppos and the kitties.
I am the dragon.
Did I get that from you? The dragon?
Probably.
That makes sense. Because I identify as a dragon.
I like dragons.
Yeah. And I identify as a dragon, because why the fuck not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? I need to get, like...
I'm gonna go get weird. It's my spirit.
No. I don't mean that. No. There's to be a spirit animal and identifying as the dragon.
I just, it's just, what's not to like?
I know. And plus, if I have actually had plans to getting, like, a dragon bodysuit. Not like a furry thing, but like a leotard with spikes on it and a tail.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Not like...
I'm not a
like Barney with a horn.
No,
right? Okay,
no,
okay.
not Smoochie the Rhino.
I'm sorry, it was the first thing that popped into my head. And I'm like, ugh.
No, I'm not a furry. I'm not a scaly. I just want to get like some kind. I want to get like some kind of unitard with spikes, a tail, and some horns on it.
Yes.
And I would just fuck with people.
Yes.
Just go to like.
Do they have dragon ears?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Just go to like the Renaissance Festival and steal people's shit. Carry a lighter around. have like a shirt that says "Burn towns get money."
Burn towns get money.
Because that's how dragons do.
At
least in European mythology.
Right.
Burn towns get money. Just to fuck with people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm hungry. I'm out of topics. You good?
I'm good.
Okay. This was awesome. Let's do more morning stuff in the future.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's it, folks. I was your host, Bel-E.
And I was your co-host, Mr. Scratch.
And we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Goodbye.